So, this is going to be probably one of the strangest ideas I've ever had, but follow me on this. Follow me on this. Just keep up with me on this, because this might be one of my strangest ideas yet. And this will probably never happen unless Disney decides to give me a call one day and say, hey, let's do this. So, my idea spawned out of watching some old videos of, if you've ever been to Disney California, the Disney in California, I mean, then you guys know that every season, like every November, I think all the way to Christmas, yeah, it's like for 2 months. I think even earlier than that. I think they start in like September now, but that's beside the point. But during Christmas and from then on, from November to December, they basically have the Haunted Mansion done up with Nightmare Before Christmas characters. This whole thing is that like Jack Skellington and the other things from you see in Nightmare Before Christmas, and they put it in the Haunted Mansion, and it's a seasonal thing. But they don't do it in Orlando. They don't do it in the Disney World of Orlando, in the Disney here. Now, the thing is, I had this really random idea rewatching some old, POV rides throughout the Haunted Mansion when it was done as Night Before Christmas. And a thought spawned in my head. Just a little idea that spawned in my head that will never... it will probably never, ever, 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 ever happen, but I would think, it would be a cool idea if it did. The idea, as you can see from the title, what if you put Gravity Falls in the Haunted Mansion? What if, in the same way, and don't make this like a permanent thing. I would, as much as I love Nightmare Before Christmas, I think it would have been like Christmas every day, and then, you'd get sick of it. So I'm glad it's kind of like a seasonal thing at best with the Haunted Mansion. That's what I would do with this idea, is make it like every season, I would say around Christmas time, make it like a Christmas thing, like Night Before Christmas, but with the Gravity Falls characters. And the idea is that I would have it that, the Mystery Shack group, Dipper, Mabel, Seuss, Stan, Wendy, all of them together, and you would follow them as they, Dipper has discovered the Haunted Mansion, and the characters are now, you're following them as they travel through the Haunted Mansion. And, you can get the voice, you can get, you can bring in, you can bring back Jason Ritter and Christian Skull and all the others to come back to do the voices again. And, you could have them, now the big question is, would you have them as animatronics? I would say they would probably be animatronics, and you would follow them, like each character is in a different room of the, each character is in a different room of the Haunted Mansion. Like, you would see Seuss in the dining room, and he's freaked out by what he's seeing. You could see Stan trying to, I would either have Stan in the, I would have Stan in either the attic, or the, what's another room I thought of? Oh yeah, in, what's the woman's name? The gypsy's room, the crystal ball. Madam something. God, why am I so bad with that name? But yeah, he would be in that room, and in each room I would have, either one, I'd have him, stealing shit. He would just be, trying to steal stuff, and have it, having the ghosts in each room are like, what are you doing? What? You're not using it. I'd have, maybe Mabel and Waddles in the graveyard. Instead of, you see the gravekeeper and the scaredy dog, you see Mabel waving at everybody as you come down with Waddles by her side. And he'll have, maybe Dipper in another room where he's trying to, maybe he's in the endless hallway and he's just looking down there should I go down there? I don't know where to put Wendy, though. I don't know where she would be in each room. Maybe I'd actually have her, she's, you see her, terrified as the coffin's opening up. If you go by, if you've been on the ride, then you know what I'm talking about. You see the coffin open up, and she's got her hands over her mouth, she's trying not to scream at the horror she's seeing. So maybe have it like that. And the story would be is that Dipper has he's looking through his journal and he's discovered the haunted mansion, and now the ghost host is taking them on this adventure, and you would follow them throughout the entire ride as they try to escape from the mansion. So that would be the big thing. At the end of it, I don't think I would actually have the. I think it would actually be kind of cooler. Instead of the hitchhiker ghosts, you see Bill, and he's doling out all of his demon friends. And when you go by that ride, you see the demon that he gave you on the way out instead of one of the hitchhiker ghosts. So maybe something like that. I maybe even have it that maybe, now that I think about it, maybe have Wendy at the end of the ride saying, "Hurry back, hurry back." Yeah. Man, just so many ideas you could do with this idea. I think it would just be a great ride, and again, I think Disney should capitalize on that. I mean, they finally capitalized on Nightmare Before Christmas, so I think it would be, obviously, with the hype that Gravity Falls had, and, despite, even though it was on Disney XD and wasn't shown a lot on, Disney Channel, Disney and Alex Hirsch were actually pretty tight. There was some back and forth between them, but really they were actually on okay terms. Apparently, they were on pretty, unlike most creators and their studios. They were very well put together. They were so maybe Disney could convince. Well, I don't think they need Alex Hirsch's permission to do this, but I think it would be cool if Disney decided, you know what? I think we can make something out of this, and like I said, don't make it like a constant thing, because even I would get sick of it, because you can't dismiss the charm that is the Haunted Mansion in its whole. But I think it would be cool as like a seasonal thing, like Christmas it would come down, and I even could see a trailer you could do to promote this, like have it that Dipper is they're 2D, the 2D animation, and Dipper's looking through his journal, and he's flipping through pages with Mabel at his side, and then it flips to a page to you see the Gracie Manor, and then he's like, "So, where are we going?" "There." And then it looks up, you see the Haunted Mansion, lightning strikes, and boom. And then you could say, maybe throughout the trailer, there's new guests at the Haunted Mansion. Or the mansion's the mansion has some new visitors. Or something like that. Maybe even have it that, instead of the ghost host, maybe have it that it's Bill Cipher who's taking control of the Haunted Mansion, and now he's going to be the host for the temporary time, and the rest of and you follow, the Mystery Shack gang as they try to escape the Haunted Mansion, and trying to get you out as well. So, maybe something like that. And even, maybe at the start of the ride, you see, instead of how, I'm trying to put this in words. You know how when you enter the room before you go into the into the room that enlarges? I would have it that, instead of seeing the rotting corpse of Edward Gracie as you enter the mansion, I would have it that instead of that you see a tape of Dipper's Unsolved Mysteries. And he's like, "Oh, hey guys, glad you all can make it. I'm so happy you guys could be here. Today we're going to prove that ghosts are real." And then, the video starts sputtering or something like that. Or actually, better yet, he says, "Welcome to the Gracie Manor. There's been numerous hauntings throughout the ages, and we're here to prove that this is true. Right, Mabel? Yeah!" Or something like that. So you go into the first room, and Dipper's talking about the history of the Gracie Mansion, and then, boom! Bill shows up, and he says, "Oh, so you want to see ghosts are real, huh? Okay!" Boom! And then you see the skeleton hanging in the air, and then yeah. Or actually, I would take it I'm sorry, I'm tripping over my words, guys. These ideas are just coming to me as I go along. At this point, I'm making it up as I go along. So have it that Dipper takes you guys into the I don't know what room you call it, but the room with the paintings that stretch, you know, the stretching room, as I call it. And he takes you in there and he tells you about the history of the Gracie Manor, and then Bill shows up. You hear Bill's voice, and Bill's like, "Oh, so you guys want to know if ghosts are real? Okay, but how are we going to do that? Well, there's always my way." Boom, and then you see like an image of Bill Cipher above you, and then you see the hanged body, and from then on you see like as you go to the room to go into the ride, you see like everything has been like either touched by Mabel, or you see like the journal on a pedestal, and other things like Stan has taken over this part of the room, and he's left all this memorabilia from throughout Gravity Falls in that room as you go to get on the ride. So maybe something like that. Again, this may never happen, but this is just a wild idea I had. Maybe I'll expand further on it, but this was just a wild idea I had while watching, you know, the Nightmare Before Christmas ride version of the Haunted Mansion. And again, I'd make this seasonal. I wouldn't try to change it all the time. And maybe actually, you know, the paintings in the stretching room, I'd have it like maybe like have like a Gravity Falls version of the ride, like have Pacifica on the tightrope, Gideon McGucket and Manly Dan in the sinkhole, and maybe. Actually, no. Durlin, Dan, and Blubs in the sinkhole, and maybe have Pacifica on the gravestone, and Gideon's the one on the tightrope. Like, yeah, Gravity Falls versions of that. So, or even Robbie at the bottom of the thing. Like, have like Wendy's friends in the sinkhole. There's so many good ideas here. Anyway, you guys tell me, what do you guys think of if possible, how would you do a Gravity Falls version of the Haunted Mansion? Just comment below, let me know. Really interested to see what you guys have to say about all this, because this was just a really random-ass idea I had. Maybe, it'll probably never happen, but it's just for fun, you know? Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I'm out.